I feel like I was more open this weekend, open to receiving things from God, to receiving impressions from Him. And so I want to stay that open. I feel like we should all want to stay open like this and ready to receive things from Him, because you don't want to wait 3 years for something like that.
This weekend, I had an epiphany, and I realized that I wasn't praying, I wasn't asking God for what I should have been asking for. I was asking Him for stuff that didn't really matter. And so this weekend, I realized the important things that I should be focusing on in my life, and the leaders, they helped me to realize that.
And I'm super encouraged by this ministry. I'm super encouraged by all of you guys. I'm super happy that you guys all came. And to tell you the truth, we started off our first Connect group in our cabin, and I asked, me and Aaron, we asked, what are you guys expecting? And, what was said was to know Jesus and to build relationships. And to me, that means a lot, because I love this ministry, and that's what we're about. That's what CYM is about. That's literally our mission, is to make Jesus known and to build relationships. And so hearing those two things, it just stirred something in me to know that you guys matter and you guys care.
And there's so many beautiful words that you can use to describe things, but the only one that fit was just love. And there's so much of it, and just to keep it to ourselves would just be something selfish, not to want to share it with other people. And I think that was very encouraging for myself.
That kind of freedom you feel, it's the same thing you can do on a daily basis, a weekly basis. You can bring your friends out to church. You can bring your friends out to youth. And I've had my fair share of times where I've felt out of place at church. I've felt doubtful, discouraged. But you can't just give up. You can't just walk away. It's a process. You have to keep on coming. If you're in grade 9, you don't even realize how lucky you are. You have so many more opportunities. And just take those opportunities and just take what our church has to offer and run with it. There's so many leaders here, some that I've known since I was in grade 8, and there's some that I met just a couple years ago. But there are people here that are always going to be here. There's no doubt about that. Do not forget that. There's words here that have been said you're never going to forget. There's so much freedom here. There's so much freedom at home, and do not forget that.
And it was the first time I actually met real people, And that's kind of what we're struggling, right? Looking for real people in our life. And I probably don't know half you guys, half you girls, but when we're up here worshiping together, that's real. And thank you for showing that with me.
This weekend really brought truth to the statement that our deepest struggles don't have to be our deepest secrets. We can let it out. We can share it with everyone. We're accepting, and we're a community.
So, like a lot of you, I was forced to come here. Thanks, Mom. I kind of came here feeling a little abandoned because of a lot of stuff that's happened in my life. But last night, I just felt the presence of God. And it's awesome.
Another message that I took away from this is that whatever you do, whether you think it's wrong enough or bad enough, God's the one person that's never going to give up on you, whatever you do. And one of the reasons I think so many people struggle with the idea of God is because they've been given up on so many times by so many other people. And I think that we should send the message to people that God's the one person that will remain constant in your life for the rest of eternity.
Nothing else, nothing can fill up that love, that hole in your heart but God. And any sadness or darkness you have in your life, God can fill that, and He's the only thing. Don't look to anything else. just keep your eyes on him, because he will fill you up, and just look to him, and he'll love you, and you're just gonna feel, just seek him in all things, and he's just gonna love you, and that's the only thing.
Friday was what Jordan said about being broken down and taking those rocks out, and I feel like each and every day I'm taking those rocks out. I want to be broken down. I want to be built back up by God, and just honestly just worship him and love him for the rest of my life, and that's all I want to do. And I love you all a lot.
You guys realize that Saturday was so intense? Like, everyone was crying, man. Do you realize how powerful that was? They actually prepared us to shock the world and like rock our schools. That's it.